everyone, and welcome once again to the Heir's Lair. I'm your host, Jonathan Taylor. Today's video, as the title probably already gave away, is a continuation of my rarely revisited The Writers and the Premise series, where I look into how various writers, not always the same set of writers, would write a story if they were given one specific premise. And given this is now my third video with this conceit, I can safely call it a series now. Anyway, with that out of the way, the premise for this video, as again the title probably already mentioned, is Lost in the Mountains. By that I mean that there is a group of characters, a party, who are on a journey or a quest which takes them into a mountainous area. A mountainous area in which they get lost, and what they can encounter on their journey. How exactly they got here, what exactly they're going to do, and whether or not they make it out is something I will leave up to every writer's personal discretion. With that out of the way, let me read through my findings, or through my opinions on what these various writers would think of. Starting with Jonathan Swift. We're talking about a group of explorers who are probably commissioned to explore a particular mountainous area. They encounter one particular group of mountain inhabitants within that area, get into a conflict with them, but eventually manage to settle upon diplomatic relations, and manage to even befriend and recruit some of them to help them navigate the rest of the mountainous range. Jules Verne. They are again a group of specially selected people, geographers, ethnographers, cartographers, people like that, and they have to find out if any of the rumors about a tribe isolated in some remote part of a mountain range is actually true. They get into that mountain range, get lost because their navigation aids are out of date, and decide to instead build their own navigation aids in order to figure out where they have to go. They eventually encounter this elusive tribe, only to find that they are not the first civilized people to have already found them. Instead, they are oppressed and exploited by the agents of some noblemen that the explorer themselves know from their home country. Or if he's not a nobleman, then he's generally rich enough where he can pull off this kind of dickery. Our group of explorers decides to undermine, subvert, disband this exploitation operation, and then when they return to civilization, they expose that said nobleman / big shot was actually doing it. Okay, next up, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The party is once again geographers, cartographers, people like that, who are trying to study some kind of anomaly that they've noticed within a mountain range. They go through the mountain range, get lost. However, they manage to find a bizarrely lush plateau during their trek. And because they were running low on supplies, they decided they might as well settle on the plateau, set up their camp, collect supplies, and then either go back or go forth and continue exploring. However, between the unstable natives of that area, the various strange wildlife, and various other unexplored phenomena they encounter upon that plateau, they might just find it not possible to actually leave it. H.P. Lovecraft. This time we're talking about a group of geologists and archaeologists who are trying to discover whether or not there is whether or not there is something worrisome or troublesome about some very bizarre artifacts that some explorers of a given mountain range have brought back. On their journey, they visit a series of caves. Notice that they are a bit too weird to have come up naturally, and also there are strange markings everywhere. Eventually, they discover that these caves aren't just caves; they are in fact bases from which a very ancient and very advanced alien species is going to invade the rest of the planet. Because they have explosives with them, for reasons, they decide to detonate the entrances to the caves in order to trap the aliens and would-be invaders deep within the mountains. Robert E. Howard. The party, this time made up of general explorers, is captured by various mountain tribes, or maybe by a confederation of various mountain tribes, and is brought before their leader. Their leader, who decides that they are in fact worthy sacrifices for an upcoming ceremony. While the ceremony is being prepared, our heroes manage to break free from their bonds, and they find their way to where this village stores their religious artifacts and idols. They then manage to negotiate safe passage from their captors by threatening to destroy one or several of their religious idols if they don't allow them safe passage. Bonus points if said idols would have been used in a ceremony where they would have been sacrificed. Robert Heinlein. The party this time consists of various former military men who had in the meantime become diplomats. They are supposed to be transported to some remote location that serves as a diplomatic compound, free from any kind of outside intervention. Instead, they find themselves ambushed. The party manages to fight off their ambushers and run off into the surrounding mountains, mountain area. And while they are there, they find that they have to use their wits and their environment in order to, first of all, survive, second of all, fight off their attackers, and third of all, contact their allies or their home countries. Next up, Ursula K LeGuin. The party, this time once again it's just general explorers, ambles through the wastes and are unable to find a way either back to civilization or towards something that they could use to survive for just a little bit longer. During their journey, they pass out, but are rescued by a. Wait a second, I have to check my notes here. But they are discovered by natives, who then slowly but surely nurse them back to health. Once they are back at health and are free to move around, they notice that the natives have been confronted with a specific problem and offer to solve it. They do run into some interference by the elders of the native tribe, but eventually that problem gets removed, either by force or by diplomacy. The issue the natives faced also gets resolved, and then the natives show them a quicker way either back to their homes or to wherever the destination that brought them into the mountain range actually was. And last but not least, once again I have to look at my notes, Michael Crichton. The party this time is made up of various seismologists and seismographers and geologists. Seismographers, please let me know. Who want to study some strange seismological events up close. During their trek up the mountain, one of their party gets separated due to a massive earthquake, and the rest of them decide that they have to at least try and save that person. On their way towards saving that person, they find out what has actually been driving or causing all of these unusual seismological readings that they've been having, and they discover that there is a major event going to happen soon that will threaten nearby cities. Once they find their fallen comrade, they decide to flee back to the surrounding cities and warn them. Just as they make that decision, however, a major seismological event is happening all around them. Spectacular action scene ensues. And yeah, that was it. That is how I think various writers would approach this one particular premise. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, maybe even share this video wherever you think other people will like it as well. If you have anything you'd like to add to any part of this video, then go ahead, the comment section awaits your input. And if you want to see when my next video gets released, well then, please subscribe. Ideally also ring the bell or do whatever else YouTube will ask of you in order to keep you notified. My my debut book, Heir to the Empire, The Next Generation, is available at most major book retailers under a master link in the description down below, right past my social media, which I also suggest you check out should you feel so inclined. Until next time, I am Jonathan Taylor, and this has been the Heir's Lair.